Parents discover their son's a wanted killer. This might be the worst news you can hear as a parent. Not only knowing your son's a killer, but he's wanted. Meaning he's running away. Yeah, no problem, Muff. Enjoy it, bro.
You're with Brandon.
Rachel.
Rachel? Yes.
They'll be parents, though.
This is 21-year-old Brandon Reisner.
Oh, he's young,
standing
too.
alongside his two parents. For the last 6 hours, Brandon has been on the run from police after brutally killing his best friend.
Crazy. Y&W melee method.
Head back towards Collinwood.
And as Brandon's parents learn their son is an alleged killer, all they can do is pray as they patiently wait for their son's fate.
Rachel, Jeremy.
How do
Jumping
someone
out
just,
here.
like, kill people? Like, I genuinely would never understand. Like, you understand, you're taking someone's life. What's good, Seven? Like, how do you do that casually? I just will never understand that.
Would you like to talk in private?
Like, people can really do that to other people, bro. I feel like I wouldn't be able to sleep if I did that. Killing another human being, like, entirely?
On a cold November morning in 2022, a ditched Toyota Prius would be discovered by officers in Rome, Georgia.
Don't tell me the body's in there.
Nothing. That's what I was looking for. There's nothing.
You know you did it before. What? Bro.
Why this car was ditched in the middle of a creek is something police were yet to figure out.
Y'all don't think he's in there?
No, I didn't know there.
Okay. Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think he made it there.
Nah. I wonder where he's at. Why his car down there?
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there was no acceleration. It's almost like it just.
Road off in there or something.
Yeah. Did it go all the way?
You know
up
what's
to the
crazy?
park or something?
I ain't gonna be pausing this kind of long video. But cops are more like detectives too when you think about it. Like, no one's thinking, like, they really. You gotta be in your field long to think about that. Like, oh, there's no acceleration. Like, I'm not thinking. I'm just thinking I see a car in a ditch. I'm not going into detail about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's, but it ain't running.
I rode over here to see what was going on. He was down there changing out the trash.
A tow truck would eventually come and lift the vehicle out from the creek. And upon searching the license plate number, they would discover it belonged to 21-year-old Aaron Davis. Luckily, the town of Rome, Georgia is relatively small, and officers were already familiar with the name, so Lieutenant Sailors would give Aaron's father a call a few minutes later.
He got folded.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hold of him and check in with him, see where his car's supposed to be?
So you just found the car abandoned there?
Yeah, it's actually off in a little ditch. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Aaron's car being ditched is just as much of a mystery to his father as it is for the police. However, he did have some useful details he was able to give the lieutenant following this call.
Did they not search the car?
Night prior to this footage, Aaron went to visit his longtime friend,
Why'd they say I
Brandon
think there's no one in
Reisner.
there?
The two had been friends since middle school, and their friendship continued all the way through college. Aaron had just recently graduated from Brigham Young University, so his over 60-mile travel to visit Brandon was meant to celebrate the new start to adulthood. But ever since Aaron had left for Brandon's house, nobody had heard from him, and his phone would go straight to voicemail. All of these strange mysteries would lead Aaron's father to file a missing persons report, and an investigation to find Aaron would officially begin.
That's the
First
thing about
in-
missing people too. Is really some people don't go missing and don't get found, and it's like they're classified as dead sometimes. And it's kind of crazy to think too that like a missing person is it's not the same thing as a dead person, because there's like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's closure, but like it's still scary to think like this person's somewhere and I'll never be able to know where they are. Like, it's kind of crazy.
And most obviously, police would give Brandon Reisner a call, as he was supposedly the last person to have been in contact
I think
with
missing
Aaron.
is low-key worse than dead,
Hey,
though,
I'm
because
Lieutenant Saban
you don't
from
know.
Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him?
I have not. I've tried calling him, and it's just gone straight to voicemail. And I
W actor.
Heritage Park, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm looking around. Do you guys know where the car was?
Yeah, it was in a ditch over there. When's the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
How is he lying with a straight?
We started drinking around like 12
Uh-huh.
noon. He started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone. I guess I woke up around like 1 or 2 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I saw that his car was gone.
All right. Well, if y'all hear from him, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you for the help, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
Brandon's story made complete sense, and he even claimed to be actively looking for Aaron at the time of the phone call, as any good friend would do. It seemed like Brandon was
He's a
clearly
good
the
liar.
person they needed to speak to further in order to get to the bottom of Aaron's disappearance. So a few hours later, they showed up, unannounced, at Brandon's house to get more answers about what happened the night before, this time face to face.
I know his heart
Hey,
was
what's
racing.
going on? I'm Officer Guy with the Rome Police Department. We're following up on all this. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page.
We started drinking
Yeah.
around 12 yesterday.
Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right?
Yeah, me and Aaron.
Okay. Anyone else with you guys?
And went to some bars, and I had bought some red wine.
Yeah.
And came back here, started drinking red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so
Yeah.
he had gone upstairs and was just puking everywhere to the toilet. It was like standing up and puking for some reason. I went downstairs and he told me to
Dude, it's so
It
obvious he's
doesn't
lying.
need it.
Look at his body language. Like, body language will never lie to you, but the words will.
any help. I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky,
Mhm.
and I went to the urgent care this morning, took a shower, went to bed,
Okay.
and then woke up 1 to 2 a.m. and his car was gone.
Despite Brandon's strange
It's a good lie.
demeanor, Aaron's actions last night connect with the ditched car and lack of response for the last 12 hours. If Aaron was a light drinker and got heavily intoxicated, who knows what he could have done while completely by himself.
So, how long have you and Aaron been friends?
We met when I was in 5th grade,
Okay.
and then we became more like close friends, I'd say, like around freshman year.
We're still trying to find him. I don't know. You know, he may just be staying at a hotel, sleeping off whatever happened last night.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean he's in danger or anything like that. Do you have any problem with us checking inside the house? No problem. No ferocious iguanas or anything? You never know, man. People have
Crazy.
all kinds of pets.
The
They're talking to a
officer
murder
would
without even
search
realizing
the
it.
house and find some interesting discoveries. Several doors would be locked, specifically the door leading to Aaron's room, where he supposedly threw up several times. This was strange, so Brandon would be called inside to help get them up to Aaron's room.
Do you mind coming in here with me so you can just show me where I'm going and all that?
Yeah.
Just makes it a little bit easier. The bathroom is up there that he was up checking in. I got you.
I'm checking. What
Oh,
state are
Lord.
they in? Oh, Georgia.
Is that what's in the laundry right now, I guess? Okay.
I can tell right now that cop's
Officer-
not from Georgia. He's from South, though. He's probably from, like... What's that one state? He's probably, like, somewhere from Carolina, probably.
Officers would notice a strong chemical smell coming from the room and find excessive amounts of cleaning supplies. But all of that would mean nothing compared to what they found next.
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too.
Bro, he let them
Decent.
in.
More than just vomit all the way over here. Looks like it's been there a while, but he could have been throwing up blood, I guess. See all that? It's weird to be throwing up blood like that. Not to mention, if he had alcohol poisoning, he wouldn't have been able to get up and move around this morning.
How's the cop know all that? That'd be a
Especially
cop.
at 2 or 3 in the morning. Just poured powder right there, too.
Oh.
Let's read it right now.
The cops are starting to find the whole scenario awfully suspicious. The odd story from Brandon, the puddles of blood in Aaron's room, the hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies. It seems as though Brandon sensed the officer's suspicion arising as well, as when Aaron's room was being searched, he decided to do this.
Did he run? No way he ran. He ran? He ran? He ran! Oh, he's different! Oh, he ran! He's I've never seen... Wow. He's looking at track star. Oh my goodness, he's gone. You're not catching him. You're not catching him. Oh my goodness. You're not catching him. He's gone. He's gone. Oh my, he got out of there.
Somewhere between LaPorte and East 9, gonna be in these houses. Go up to the house, get in the backyard. Possible 1043 suspect.
Nah. He's different for that. I ain't gonna cap.
Give me more units.
Unfortunately, officers lost sight of Brandon. He officially managed to escape the police, at least for now. Desperate for any leads that might aid in finding Brandon, police began going door to door around the neighborhood, questioning witnesses who might have caught a glimpse of where he had fled. During this effort, one officer encountered a neighbor who happened to be on a call with Brandon's father, Jeremy. Quickly, the officer took the phone to speak with him directly.
Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor from police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
Yes,
and my Brandon's father.
Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron. Okay, well, we'll keep trying to get hold of him. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Even Jeremy was clueless regarding Brandon's whereabouts, and seemingly so was everyone else, as an entire hour would go by with Brandon nowhere to be found.
He got to booking it out there.
I am. Okay. This is Mom. Okay. So I realize you might not be able to answer this question. I don't know the answer, but I'll try. Is there a suspicion that Brandon was involved in what, hurting Aaron or something? There's suspicion that something happened in the home. Beyond getting drunk and throwing up? Well, we don't know. They're lifelong friends. We called back after the boy's mom called.
A parent is never gonna accuse their child of doing something that crazy. So it's kind of sad to see that that's the reality. Like, even when it's happened and there's all the evidence to back it up, you're still not gonna believe it.
We called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. That's all we did. He went to look for him where the car was reported.
Yes.
The powers that be have our number?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
While trying his best to assist the police with the investigation, Jeremy would return to his house, where he discovered Brandon's phone. Up until that point, Jeremy had been doing everything he could to help the police track down his son. However, after finding the phone, his cooperation came to a sudden stop. He refused to hand the phone over, leaving police to wonder, had he seen something on it? Or was he
Isn't that
hiding
illegal?
something far more unsettling? But before we get to that,
Is that tampering with
Jeremy
evidence?
is not alone in facing a tragedy. Unfortunately, early 12 over one client. Morgan and 12 Mills 40 could be working in Morgan.
Bro, I'm
and
pretty
he
sure that's
said,
illegal, bro.
Let's get back to Jeremy, who would go on to discover Brandon's
I ain't gonna lie,
phone.
bro. I'm snitching. I'm not gonna say it. Like, it don't matter who you is, what you did, or affiliation, whatever. If you did something crazy like that, bro, and there's evidence to back it up, I'm not getting involved. I'm not doing no time for nobody. I'm sorry. There's only a very, very small handful of people I might allegedly try to potentially, not realistically, cover for. You get what I'm saying? Very small amount of people.
While searching around the house. This was a huge discovery for the investigation, as it could help trace where Brandon could have gone off to. But unfortunately, Jeremy was unwilling to give up the phone to cops until he could better understand the situation. After all, Brandon is his son, and he is innocent until proven guilty. So giving up the phone could be a tragic mistake. Again, Hours go by with no further leads or clues as to where Brandon went. What Jeremy managed to find on Brandon's phone during this period will forever remain a mystery. However, when police spoke to him again, his demeanor would shift dramatically.
What's the status? All right, so first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us? Maybe. Okay.
I do. My gut says yes, but at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, we
I don't know.
we'll probably need to go through it and see
Right.
at least maybe where he's been today. There is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom on the carpet. But I wanted to be straight up with you. No, not go home and find it. Okay.
No, I appreciate that. Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point, so we couldn't go into it without that. So
Some text back and forth.
maybe something helps. And,
I know.
helps him.
I know.
But I can't promise you that. 'Cause I don't.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what all's in there. So
I want to. I was hesitant.
I know as a father, I understand.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
Something
At least he's
had
cool about it.
changed.
He's cool about it.
Whatever was on that phone
W Cop
had
too.
to be disturbing.
He could have
The
power tripped.
officer seemed to have caught on to this as well.
Because he doesn't know what's going on. But he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. You know, he seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. I can really get a feel for him. He may just be covering for his kid. He's got to be. Him having the phone not being shattered tells me that his son handed it to him. So he found the phone, tells us that he found the phone, but doesn't want to give it to us without a search warrant.
Text messages not there.
Probably. He was telling Reddit that there were texts in there about him asking where if anyone had seen Aaron. I wonder if those texts were sent since we've been here, though.
These officers were spot on with their theory. On the phone, Brandon would leave an
Bro, these cops is low-key too smart. His screen became what? I'm not reading all that.
array of horrifying notes, such as his scream became a gargle as he swallowed his tongue. I like dark places where my mind melts. It feels so good and I feel so cool. My brain's a waterfall running out of my nose like drool. I can turn myself on in the blink of an eye. They notified me as the smartest man alive. Additionally, he would leave a to-do list following the murder of Aaron. 1. Schedule last 3 songs. This was in reference to his YouTube channel where he would post his music. 2. Vacuum. 3. Laundry. 4. Shower in my shower. 5. Take bath. Tomorrow. 1. Text Rachel that Aaron threw up horribly. I think there was some blood in it.
Hold
2.
on. He's low-key a genius. I've never seen a criminal write out the plan step by step so they remember. Most people, they just go off the head, so they get caught up. He has a to-do list. That's actually kind of smart, but he's still a messed up person for that.
Woke up and he was gone. Whether or not these exact messages were what alarmed Jeremy is unknown, but something on that phone made it clear to him that Brandon had killed Aaron. And just an hour later, Jeremy would call police, detailing that he was with Brandon and that he was willing to surrender and turn himself in. So 25 minutes later, Brandon and his parents would arrive at the station.
You're with Brandon. Rachel? Jeremy. Thank you.
See, he still cares for his son, too. That's a good parent. But it's like, dang, bro.
Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here, I'm gonna take him back there and we'll talk, man. Would you like to talk in private?
You need to send somebody out to find the body.
Okay. I'll be right back out with you, okay?
Dang, he's emotionless right now. His nose a little red. But dang.
Anything in your pockets that I need to know about?
Wallet and keys.
Have those real quick. Anything else?
No.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and
It was good, Jordan. So basically, this dude killed his best friend, and his parents found out, and now he's getting caught for it.
Now that Brandon was secured, the detective would sit him down to try and get a basic confession or any information that might ease the path to conviction.
Alright, like I was saying, I'm Detective York. I work here at the wrong PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So before we get started, got some paperwork you gotta fill out.
The detective would start the interview by getting Brandon's basic information and contact addresses.
So I'm gonna read you some stuff before we get started, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning.
I would like to.
You would like a lawyer, okay? Alright, sit tight for just a minute.
Brandon was smart. He knows nothing he says in the interrogation room will go on to help him in court, so he decides to keep his mouth shut. While this is unfortunate for the detective, Brandon's parents are more than willing to have a discussion with him. So instead, he turns his attention over to them to try and get the information that he's looking for.
W Hospitality.
There's a lot going on right now. The only thing that we can do is go right now.
Need you back on file. I can take you out. Try to show you. I can try to show you.
You can try to show us
The general area, yeah.
Okay.
There's an old cemetery. Up the hill. You turn left. Trendle, something like Trendle.
Okay.
We can show you.
All right.
This statement from Jeremy was crucial information to track down Aaron's body. But as valuable as this information is, the detective recognized the importance of capitalizing on the opportunity to gather as much from Jeremy as possible while he remained cooperative. With this in mind, he shifted his focus to delving deeper into Brandon's personal life before turning to search for the body.
Brandon had brought him home from college because he was having anxiety attacks, he was having suicidal thoughts, he was having visions. Brought him home to make him safe. I tried to get his medications right. Got a call from Brandon this morning at 9 or 10. He was asking about one thing I vomit and what else that they had drank. He didn't want Dad finding out that there was vomit upstairs in the carpet. That's all we heard. Then an hour or two goes by. Boy's mom calls us. Or I called Brandon back on the meeting after he burned. He said, do you know where Aaron is? He says, no.
The mom, bro. That's what sucks too. You gotta break it to his family too. Like, dang, bro.
And we were told Aaron had run away. Ran from the house, ran from the police. Aaron's body is luckily there. He's mentally unstable. He has Tourette's since he was a kid, diagnosed as a kid. And with that comes OCD, and people say they have OCD all the time. They don't understand until they live with that.
This raises the possibility that his actions may have been influenced by mental instability. However, it's important to consider the context. Jeremy's statements could be an attempt to have Brandon plead insanity in court. Therefore, it's essential to approach these claims with a grain of salt, as they may not fully reflect the reality of the situation. Regardless, police now had an approximate location of where Aaron's body should be, so all hands went on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy had described. Aaron was found buried in the cemetery,
buried him?
a secluded area in the back of the property. Even worse was that his body was wrapped inside the very sheets he slept on in Brandon's house. The speculation had come to an end. Brandon Reisner was a cold-blooded murderer.
Dude, that's
right after this discovery, Brandon was placed under arrest for the murder of Aaron Davis and transported to the local prison. But the cops found his behavior very unconventional.
He started tweaking? Dude, that's so cooked, bro. That's so... Oh my god. That's a whole person laying in a bag and bro.
Go up to the counter, right?
Let them follow their instructions. This is his property. You got ID in here if you want. For me? No, we're talking to him. Oh. You got your ID in there. Oh, yeah.
Officers stated that Brandon remained eerily calm while being transported and seemed completely unfazed by the entire situation. And while Brandon had been successfully captured and the case had seemingly came to a successful conclusion, officers had one tragic duty to complete before the end of the day. Break the news to Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
I'll answer many questions here. I don't know a whole lot because I'm not been here doing a lot of research. Be specifics.
Why would he do that? Why you do that? We need my son. The family needs him. Oh my God.
Aaron was a recent college graduate and a good kid with a bright future ahead of him. His sudden death is nothing short of an evil, horrifying act on Brandon's behalf, and justice had to be served for Aaron's and his family's sake. That justice would come inside the courtroom on July 18th, 2024.
Dang, so 2 years after, bro. This all happened in 2022. I remember the date. This happened in 2022. He didn't get sentenced till 2024. That's how you gotta remember, like, court cases like this take forever. Like, and it's kind of crazy how something with so much evidence like this still takes that long, bro.
Brandon was left with little to no defense for his crimes, and his plea to claim mental insanity was quickly ruled out.
And I have come to the conclusion that justice requires that Mr. Reisner be sentenced on count 1 to imprisonment for life without parole. And that's what I'm going to do.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder and mutilation of Aaron Davis.
Why'd he do it, though? That was a good video. That's just, why'd he do it?